200 years ago, we landed on the shores of Guyana, Mauritius, Fiji, all the British colonies, and we prospered there. You know, we had the Prime Minister of Guyana, who's an Indian, yesterday. But in the last 50 years, a next generation of Indians immigrated out of India. And they landed in USA, they landed in England, they landed in Europe, Australia. And the success of this wave of Indians has been like a tsunami. Basically, economists are going to look at what happened with all these Indians who have immigrated and have created the tsunami in the economic and technology world. And they're going to have many different theses. But basically what happened is that I believe the world changed. It changed from an industrial economy to an information age and knowledge economy. And in this environment, Indians thrived. First we became senior engineers, then we became managers, then we became directors, vice presidents, and now even the CEO of Google, Microsoft, all these are Indians, right? But I believe that the glass ceiling, there was still a glass ceiling when we were employees. The glass ceiling was broken when Indians in Silicon Valley discovered that they could embrace the spirit of entrepreneurship. Then the glass ceiling really broke. Basically, the idea that they could come up with an idea to solve a real problem that they see and use their ingenuity and use their skills in order to solve that problem. The companies that were built based on this kind of entrepreneurship and ability has resulted in so much success that finally an organization, TIE comes along and other organizations come along, and this capability and this knowledge is now spread, and this inspiration is spread to all engineers, Indian engineers everywhere. And the results have been remarkable. 1 out of every 3 startups in Silicon Valley today have an Indian founder. And Indians are at the top in all the different niches in the entrepreneurial economy. Whether you go to venture capital firms, you find Indians there. You go to investment banking, Indians are there. You go to, so it doesn't matter where you go. In an organization, the VP of sales, which was typically non-Indian, is now an Indian. A VP of marketing is Indian. Obviously, VPs of engineering were already Indians. So all the niches in the entrepreneurial economy are now, with Indians. So I believe that entrepreneurship represents an opportunity for people who are optimistic and have hope in this interconnected world to go ahead and change their communities, no matter where they are operating. So, and businesses don't stop at boundaries. And so last week I had a very interesting experience. You all heard that the Global Entrepreneurial Summit was held in Stanford University, California, and President Obama went ahead and talked to them. So about 50 out of the 700 representatives came to TIE. And I was there, and what was interesting was these 50 entrepreneurs, out of them, they came from 35 different countries. What's interesting is that 60% of those entrepreneurs were women. And the other interesting thing was that 60% of those entrepreneurs had Muslim names. So clearly, there's a revolution going on. And when we had a pitching competition, the top 3 winners were all women, women entrepreneurs. And the top woman entrepreneur was this girl from Singapore, and she had come up with a business called Covatella, renting out clothes, the extra clothes that women often have in their closet. The number 2 was somebody from South Africa, and she and her team had developed a way to purify municipal water, which is also polluted in tropical countries. And she had come up with a business around that called iDrop Water. And finally, I think the one that I got most excited, because it was such a brilliant idea, I thought, was this company from Nigeria. This woman had come up with a way to mix an insecticide repellent inside a detergent so that all your clothes are automatically insect repellent. Can you imagine? What a brilliant idea. And she's selling these detergent packets with insect repellent inside them. And so that is, so it just tells you that there are no bounds to entrepreneurship and the ability to solve problems with ingenuity and creativity all over the world, to solve local problems in a way that ends up creating businesses. Now, we asked these young entrepreneurs, what help did they need from us? Obviously, they were brilliant in terms of coming up with these great ideas. They said, we need a mentor because we don't know how to build a company around our ideas. And so let me tell you how I got onto this journey of becoming a mentor and a teacher. So, for the last 25 years, as Dr. Thomas said, I've been a serial entrepreneur in Silicon Valley and all of those things. Now, I met the dean from IIT Gandhinagar who was visiting Silicon Valley, and he said, Raj, if you really want to help the students, in India, you have to come and actually teach a course. You're going to teach a semester-wide course. And I'd never done teaching before. So I said, talked to my wife Kalpana, and she said, let's do it. So I put together a course, I went to India and started teaching, and I was just completely amazed at how the students just loved the fact that somebody from the US is sharing real world experiences and connecting it with academic education in order to teach them how to be successful in the real world. So that is what really got them super excited. And then IIT Bombay heard of it, and so I went to IIT Bombay and started teaching there. And there, like in my class, was 275 students. So every class was like a big conference. Every class was a conference. And then BNIT and so on. And then now it's gone to the point where Northeastern University in Silicon Valley has gone ahead and wanted me to teach online courses. And so we've got this platform that one of my friends has developed based on the EDX platform for open education called EdCast, Carl Mehta. And there is new online video conferencing platforms like Zoom that have come along, which are very inexpensive, $15 for a month, and you can have hundreds of live streams going back and forth for video conferencing. So we used this super cheap but fabulous technology breakthroughs in order to now set up 9 classrooms around the world that I teach from home, 3 hours a week. And I've got classrooms in Rio de Janeiro, Sydney, Amravati, Hubli, Nagpur, Mumbai, Pune, all, and I'm teaching them from my home. And there are classrooms with 20, 30 students each that I'm teaching. And I'm teaching them entrepreneurship at a world-class level. And so I feel that the world has changed. And there is an opportunity now for going ahead and taking experienced real-world professionals and getting their knowledge to the next generation, no matter where they are, without spending any money either, right? So that platform is now in place. And when I got the invitation from Dr. Thomas, I said, GOPIO is an amazing institution because it spans all industries, all businesses. the people who are here are successful across all industries, all businesses worldwide. And in India, it's not just engineers that we educate. 99% of the people are studying commerce, they're studying medicine, they're studying arts. There are all these other professions, but the people with the real world knowledge of how to be successful are the NRIs that GOPIO connects, that GOPIO has connected. Now we have the ability to get the experience of GOPIO members who are these successful people in all these different fields to connect with the next generation. And it doesn't have to be students. It can be aspiring people with an aspiration. You can connect them and go ahead and, with these platforms, go ahead and put this teaching in place. So I'm glad that I got this platform to talk about it. And I think it's at the cutting edge of where the world is. And I think that GOPIO has an opportunity to kind of create a tsunami in the Indian and the global economy by connecting kind of the experience, the maturity, the success of our GOPIO members with the aspiration of the world. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Raj. Now you see what we are trying to do. We want to create several dozen Raj Jaswas. That is when the tsunami will happen. So that's what we are going to do. And in the next division of GOPIO, we want to create that, bring that his own experience. I'm sure some other people will get motivated to do such things. So we want to create more such network as well as opportunities. I'm not going to have a question and answer session in this session because he's going to be available here. We are going to now go into the 2 tracks of conferences. The next track here will be Make in India, Diaspora Role. And there, of course, we'll have more time to have question and answer session. I would request the following people to assemble there, the speakers, so that they themselves would know who they are, the moderator and the speakers would know. Prakash, when we break up, and okay, we have 5 minutes, we will have coffee and some breakfast is there. Prakasha, Rahul Saluke, then we have Vilas Vadhva, please come to that corner. And then the next session who is going downstairs is Dr. Rajiv Mehta, Sudha Acharya, Noel Lal, Isaac John, Sivan Madathil, Dr. Leena Armodam. Would you please come and meet here so that you would know you have to go downstairs. So we break for, thank you for your coming early morning, a successful session. So we had this very wonderful plenary session. Pick up your coffee, breakfast, come back here. Those who want to go downstairs, please go downstairs. So we break up in